I'm in Panama, and I'm looking for the most expensive and prized coffee in the world. Oh, look at this road. I feel like I'm entering the secret garden. Whoa! There's a heaven on earth. I believe I found it right here, between the flowers and the birds and all the different plants. It's all about timing, so that in the end, you get a really, really sweet cup of coffee. Love it, love it, love it. Ah, this is like perfection in a cup.
For over 20 years, I've traveled the world searching for exceptional coffees. But among the greatest treasures I've discovered along the way are the incredible people, their fascinating cultures, and the most awe-inspiring landscapes you could possibly imagine. Now, I have the opportunity to show you a different side of the world through the lens of coffee.
Panama. Ask people what this country is known for, and they'll likely tell you it's the Panama Canal. Widely considered one of the world's most impressive engineering feats, the Panama Canal was built over 100 years ago as a shortcut for shipping routes. Today, over 14,000 ships pass through this 48-mile canal each year. I've arrived in Panama to find one of the world's most expensive and prized coffees, and the canal provides a vital route for coffee producers to ship their beans all over the globe. Coffee is one of Panama's main exports, and although the beans pass through the canal, they're actually grown far from here. The best coffees are grown at high elevations where the temperatures are much cooler, so I'm off to the highlands of Chiriquí, a mountainous province in western Panama that borders Costa Rica and the Pacific Ocean. Thanks in large part to the volcano Baru and the nearby Caldera River, this area has the ideal microclimate for growing coffee. To get to Chiriquí, you can either take a 7-hour car ride, or you can hop on a quick 45-minute flight to the region's capital city of David. And where better to ponder my adventure than over a nice cup of coffee at 30,000 feet? But don't be fooled. If you think I'm drinking airline coffee, think again. I never fly anywhere without packing my special coffee travel kit. Grinding and brewing my own coffee is the best way to start my journey off on the right foot. This is definitely the hairiest road I've ever been on in my life. It definitely fills you with anxiety. It's kind of like climbing up a cliff. You don't look down, because if I were to get stuck, I'm way out here, and there's no foreseeable way to get out. I'm nearing the summit of Volcano Baru, and I have to say, there's something so exhilarating about taking these bumpy mountain roads, especially when you've got a Jeep with these ridiculously huge mud tires. This has been a major yikes experience. This road was way hairier than I thought, and now I'm just totally buzzing from adrenaline. It just goes to show that sometimes when you're in coffee country, you end up on the road less traveled. After waking up at my campsite at the base of the peak, I was able to reach the summit well before dawn. And I've got to say, it's like a moment that perfectly defines the word ethereal. Standing above the clouds and watching the light wash over everything below me was a sight that I won't soon forget. The views up here are absolutely breathtaking, and I take a moment to reflect on the incredible experiences I've had on my coffee journeys. Just over 11,000 feet, Baru is the highest point in Panama. Technically, it's an active stratovolcano, but it hasn't erupted since the mid-16th century. The massive expanse below me is a 35,000-acre national park with some of the most beautiful hiking trails in the country. This morning, watching this huge ball of fire we call the sun just rise up over the sky and light up the entire Cordillera Pass. From this one spot, you can see the Pacific and the Caribbean. You can see right here in front of me the spine of the Americas, which is the Continental Divide, and this divide goes all the way up to Canada. I'm here to find the most expensive coffee in the world, and it's somewhere right down there. The coffee I'm looking for is called Gesha, and although it originated in Ethiopia, the first seeds arrived in Panama in the 1960s. Due in large part to the high elevation, the quality of the beans here is incredible. The best Gesha is grown right along the spine, right below me here. We're gonna be doing a journey here, and I'm gonna be exploring the very best farms, the ones that are above Boquete, which is an incredible little mountain town. The best way to start the journey is to see it from the top and work our way down. Although I'm not generally too keen on trekking through tall grass in snake country, I'm a big believer in unconventional exploration as a method to better understand the coffee terrain. Here, the warm winds of the Pacific clash with the cool winds of the Caribbean, and it's called a bajareke. It creates this soft, special moisture that coffee absolutely loves. So I'm hiking down to lower elevation, and the thing is, Baru is what they call an explosive volcano. That's why it's kind of flat at the top, because it blew part of itself off. And the wind is picking up, and you can see the falcons are just riding the winds and diving and catching food. It's a great hunting spot, apparently. Everywhere you look, there are these just fabulous views of the Boquete Valley. In addition to the contribution that the river and volcano have made to the coffee in this area, they have also gifted us geological masterpieces like this. So as I was hiking down, I followed this vein down and saw this. And this is incredible. This is when the volcano exploded. The temperature of the water made the rock crystallize, so it formed basalt instead of that black rock that you're used to seeing. And then the water created a natural passageway through here. So there's no way I'm gonna break the golden rule of travel and not jump in this thing. So if you follow the Caldera River down from the volcano, you eventually reach Boquete. Located only 30 miles from Costa Rica, this little mountain town is ultra charming. I'm told this is a great place to visit, especially on an empty stomach. Boquete is a really funky place, and sometimes you feel like you're in a mountain town in Colorado, but you're actually in a mountain town in Panama. A lot of the people here came from the workers. They were workers from the Panama Canal. And so right now you have a lot of expatriates from the United States here. The air is cool and comfortable, making it easy to understand why Boquete is such a popular place to retire. A lot of expats call this place home, and I must say, you can meet some pretty interesting characters here. So what do you have there, a squirrel?
Yes, sir. It's from Florida.
Yes? Really?
I've had her 4 years now.
And I
found her on the ground as a little baby.
Wow, what's her name?
Doobie.
Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. So would you like to be scratched on the belly?
Oh yeah, see, she does music with her legs.
First time I've ever scratched a squirrel in the belly.
That's right. Go to bed. But anyway.
Cool. You never know who you're going to meet when you're in Boquete.
That's right.
So in Boquete, you can get, Chinese food, Italian food, a wide range of everything because there's so many different cultures here. But I'm looking for really, really good Panamanian cuisine. And it's becoming fairly evident that the place to go in town is called Nelvis. And I'm told that they have the very best fried chicken in Central America. And everyone's saying, go to the end of the road, turn left, and follow your nose. After a lot of exploring and you're really hungry, there's nothing like the smell of really fresh fried chicken. Por favor, pollo frito? ¿Cómo se dice la palabra? Por frijoles. Frijoles, okay. So my Spanish might be a little on the rough side, but you have to admit it does get the job done. I'm preparing myself to jump in to some hardcore tastiness. 375. It's $3.75 for that entire plate of food. I'm really starting to love Panama. Food is great. And it's no wonder, people from all around the world come here to buy coffee. They can do it safely, and it's a fun place to visit. Traveling in coffee country, 10 and 12-hour drives are often the norm. But but the landscapes are so picturesque that time actually goes surprisingly fast.
So Gesha coffee was actually discovered in Boquete, Panama. And when you say Gesha coffee, a lot of people think Japanese geisha girls. And it doesn't have anything to do with Japanese geisha girls. The name comes from the Gesha mountain region of southwest Ethiopia. Gesha coffee does, however, have a lot to do with the Japanese.
The Japanese often pay more for good geisha coffee than just about anyone else. I've seen them spend $500 to $600 per pound, with one particular roaster known to sell it for twice that amount. I'm really big on kind of getting to know everyone involved in the production process. So my next step is to meet the people who harvest the geisha coffee.
Wow.
I'm heading to the San Felix district of Panama to meet the Gnobe Bugle, the indigenous people who work on most of the coffee farms in Chiriquí. My first stop is to see Feliciano and his family.
Feliciano. Feliciano está aquí? Ah, qué bueno. ¿Cómo está?
Bien, bien, gracias.
I'm Joey.
The Gnobe have lived here for hundreds of years, and coffee is a big part of their livelihood.
¿Cuántos años tiene? 4 años. Ooh.
Feliciano has spent most of his life working here, so I'm thrilled to sort of pick his brain about the whole coffee cherry harvesting process among the Gnobe.
While they help harvest the coffees in Boquete, they're the primary harvesters of the coffees there. They're doing more than that here. They're actually growing the coffee themselves, and it's helping them pay for schools and developing better roads and just living a better life, you know.
There are over 300 children at the local school here, and coffee is helping provide for their education and making a huge difference in the standard of living in this village.
We're at the Gnobe Village. It's very far away, and visitors do not come here very often, so you have to tread lightly to make sure they understand that your intentions are good. And I'm a visitor, but unlike most visitors, I have a piñata. So who likes candy? ¿Quién quiere confite? Throw it up here. Whoops. Whoa! Okay! Woo-hoo-hoo! Get... Oh! Oh! Leave that! Oh man, good night. That thing went fast.
One of the most remarkable elements of my journeys through the world of coffee is the people I meet along the way.
Hola.
It's so amazing how a simple beverage can literally change their lives. Honestly, some of the most awe-inspiring coffee farms I've ever visited in my life are in this area of Panama. And perhaps the most stunning of all is Finca Larita. It was built by a Norwegian engineer who worked on the Panama Canal and retired here in the 1920s. He started growing coffee, and now it isn't only a coffee farm, it's also a boutique hotel where you can stay and enjoy watching the hundreds of different varieties of birds.
So if there's a heaven on earth, I definitely think it's here at Finca Larita. This is the most vibrant place I have ever seen in my life. And there's just about every color you could imagine is represented here between the flowers and the birds and then the occasional rainbows that pop up all over the place. I'm here because they grow really good geisha coffee. And there's a farmer here, an agronomist named Cesar, whose specialty is birds. And there's a big connection between birds and coffee. And so it's a key part of my search for the best geisha coffee. Hey, Cesar! Hey, how are you?
Hey, good to see you.
Oh, good to see you too.
Cesar is feeding the birds here, not just because the guests at the hotel like to see them, but because they actually play a vital role in the ecology of the farm, and it isn't long before they swoop down from the trees to eat the fruit.
Just wait.
Just wait, because they're coming. See, there's one over there just below it. There you go,
Oh,
look at that little one.
You're right. It's like they just want us to get a little further
Just
away
a little
so they feel
farther.
comfortable.
Many of the birds here have flown all the way from North America, and Cesar wants to show me just how important they are to the coffee growing here. There are over 370 acres of forest here, and we're hiking up to the higher elevation to get to the geisha coffee. It's amazing how even in a short walk, you can feel the temperature get cooler as the elevation increases.
So do you find a lot of birds that are here are migrating, especially like even the hummingbirds?
Yeah, there's a lot of hummingbirds around this area, and actually they're doing a job for us.
So the hummingbirds protect the coffee by eating the insects, and they also help to pollinate the plants around the coffee trees where they like to make their nests.
What are we seeing? What are we looking for?
Look at down there. There's
Yeah?
a hummingbird nest.
What? Really?
Right there. See that little mini? Yeah. Look at that.
Cannot believe a hummingbird made that.
See, basically it's covered by spider web, moss, and lichen.
Seriously?
Seriously. You know, spiders and hummingbirds are not really good friends.
Apparently not. So I don't think the spider voluntarily gave up his web. That is
Why?
one of the most fantastic things on Earth. Like, if we stand here, I take it she's going to be too afraid.
Yeah, well, I seen her around. I see her around, so...
Just now you did?
She's, not just now, so she's afraid also.
Oh,
So
whoa.
that thing, that's fast thing, that's
Yeah.
a hummingbird.
That was
So
her flying over?
That's her flying over. So let's hide, right?
Really? We
what
can do
about
that?
hiding and probably wait for it and see her
seriously?
sitting on the nest.
Oh, I'm
So
totally into it, man. Let's do it.
let's
Yeah,
do
where
it.
do we
Let's
go?
hide. Yeah, we're on that
All right, you lead. I'm on, man. I'm in.
Birdwatching definitely requires patience, and this hummingbird is a little tripped out by our presence. But Cesar assures me she will return as soon as she feels safe. After a few minutes, our patience is rewarded. It's just insane how this tiny little bird, I mean, we're talking only like 2 or 3 inches long, can actually nest on the coffee plants.
I can't believe we actually just saw that. Really. I mean, I will say, I'm very impressed with your knowledge of birds, and this experience has shown me the connection between understanding the birds and good coffee. So the only thing missing is to go see your Gesha coffee.
All right.
Shall we?
Yes, let's go and see the Gesha.
Okay.
Cesar has an excellent reputation for the Gesha coffee he grows. These little machines are called sample roasters, and they're great for giving you a sort of general assessment for the coffee's quality.
We're roasting Gesha coffees, and one of the things I love about the people in this area is that although they're competitors, they work together for the betterment of coffee. So how are we doing? Is it getting close?
Oh, they ain't close, my friend.
So it's starting to smoke, and what happens as the coffee starts to cook, the sugars start to caramelize, and it changes the flavor attributes. So you can roast it to different levels and get different characteristics. It's amazing. I can already smell some of the sweetness. It looks like we're almost there. You can hear it popping, like popcorn. That's carbon dioxide leaving the coffee, and it's called first crack. Oh yeah.
The people here have been exporting coffee from Finca Larita since 1929, when the very first bags were sent to Germany. They don't mass produce a lot of coffee here, so the focus is definitely more on quality than quantity. The landscapes and terrain in this part of Panama never cease to amaze me. As my coffee journey continues, I want to explore the flavors and characteristics of other Gesha coffees. For that, I'll need the help of a close friend who happens to be one of the most creative coffee producers I know.
Graciano Cruz! There he is! Good, man! You're in your element! I'm coming!
Graciano's family has been growing coffee here since the 1960s, and he has poured his heart and soul into the farm.
Oh, what a cool man. Good to see you, man.
Check out how much coffee is being dried here, and it's all being done naturally by the sun.
This farm is the highest elevation geisha farm in the world.
Wow, this is the highest farm in the world
Geisha farm.
for geisha. You know, that's my mission here, man. I want to find just really special, good geisha coffees.
see.
It's harvest time here, and the weather conditions are perfect for drying coffees ever so slowly. As the cherries ferment, sugars develop, making them super shiny. In fact, they become so sugary that they actually stick to your hands.
So they
science thing,
develop sugars in a natural coffee.
When they're dried more, these cherries taste just like raisins.
It's a really unique taste.
Well, let's go. Let's go. I got enough energy now. I'm ready.
Yeah, man.
Vamos arriba.
Let's go.
So all this is yours, huh? This whole thing?
Graciano's taking me to a different part of the farm to see where he is experimenting with growing geisha coffee and bamboo side by side.
11 hours of sun.
So you're gonna have 60 hectares of geisha, just
lowland
geisha.
geisha.
Man, that'll be
Inside.
nice.
Well, I'm doing it with the way.
We reached the very highest part of the farm, and I paused to enjoy the view.
Double size.
Yeah.
By the time we reached 6,000 feet, the wind has really picked up here, and we're surrounded by Gesha coffee.
It's the same.
Some of the plants are doing well, and others are surprisingly small.
Interesting. Look at that.
Graciano has realized that where the bamboo grows alongside the coffee, it protects the plant, enabling it to thrive.
Kind of proof
That's a
this.
deep-
That's why I call it bamboo geisha.
It's a perfect name.
'Cause- And the Asian market really love it. You know, geisha is something of their culture,
And they love bamboo.
and they love bamboo. So it's a perfect combination.
That's good.
Seeing the effort that goes into producing the coffee here and the work that goes into creating the ideal growing conditions validates why these Panamanian coffees are sold for more money per pound than any other coffee in the world. My search for the most expensive and exclusive of Panama's coffees has taken an exciting turn this morning. I've had a call from my friend Graciano, who said there's a special tasting taking place for international coffee buyers here in the Highlands today. There's definitely no way I'm missing that one. Coffee tastings are referred to as cuppings, and this one is taking place at a farm that grows some of my favorite coffees in the world, the Alida estate. Fortunately, coffee tastings are held indoors. Everyone here is either a farmer with coffee to sell or a buyer looking for that very special bean, making this a unique opportunity for me to taste the very finest coffee this country has to offer. Everything is meticulously prepared, ready for the coffee to be cupped. For the farmers, these tastings are the moment of truth for the beans they've worked so hard to produce. And if things go well, lasting business relationships and life-changing deals can happen in tiny rooms just like this.
All the people who really started geisha and got it off the ground are right now in this small room.
The farmers here are all descendants of the original growers, some of whom are among the first to plant geisha in this area. They're all in competition with one another to sell their beans, but in addition to cultivating coffee, they've also cultivated close friendships, and they all work together for the embetterment of coffee. The international buyers here today have traveled thousands of miles with very high expectations, and I love to see just how they react to the coffee.
So,
Outstanding, this one. Really fruity.
something you can't find in most parts of the world, right? Something that's in this area.
Yeah.
Francois has come here from Belgium, where he owns coffee shops and a roastery. He's willing to travel this far because he believes Panama has some of the best coffees in the world, and his clients are very demanding of high quality.
Here we can find exactly what we need to serve to the new generation of consumer.
For buyers like these, their businesses depend on innovation and their ability to bring in new coffees. Zach has flown all the way from Sydney, Australia, just to buy coffee.
Yeah, I've just come here to taste some of Panama's finest coffee and spend about a week here.
Right on.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good fun.
That's
All of these coffees are like cream of the crop, so it's not like one is necessarily the best. Rather, it's about finding the one that speaks to you the most. Think of it like a piece of art. In the coffees here, I've tasted undertones of jasmine, bergamot orange, peach, and even passion fruit. But of all the flavors, I've honed in on one that has a candy-like sweetness that I find absolutely irresistible.
This is like perfection in a cup, seriously. This is, like, there are so many exceptional coffees on this table. Like this one, to me, it's like complete, like one of those lemon drop candies, you know, you used to have when you were a kid. It's like so much going on in this cup. It's awesome. Off the charts. Love it, love it, love it. It's the most interesting cup of coffee I've probably ever had in my life. This is like the perfect trip, and it totally pays off to come here to create your own designer coffee. And that's what it is. You know?
Coffee here in Panama has truly raised the bar in the global community, demanding the highest price per pound of any other coffee. It's opened the door to a whole new realm of possibility for other growers throughout the world, inspiring them in their pursuit of excellence. And as my trip comes to an end, this rainbow feels like the perfect epilogue to one of my favorite stories. I'm truly touched by the dedication of the farmers in Panama who are turning the coffee here into a legacy of prosperity.